If you've ever been underestimated, excluded, or dismissed, this one's for you. Smash that like button, subscribe for more satisfaction-packed revenge stories, and drop a comment if you've ever faced a family member who tried to dim your light. Because today, we're about to watch the golden child narrative fall apart piece by piece. My name's Ocean, yes, like the water. And maybe that's fitting, because when this whole mess began, my emotions came crashing in like a storm tide I couldn't stop. IT started with a shatter. My favorite ceramic coffee mug slipped from my fingers, exploded across my kitchen tile in sharp little shards, but I barely noticed. Because on my phone, the evidence of betrayal was glowing bright as daylight. Photo after photo, my aunt's sunny backyard transformed into a bridal shower wonderland. 34 guests, cream linens, champagne flutes raised high. My cousin Fiona radiant in coral and mint, toasting her happily ever after. Everyone smiling into the camera. Everyone except me. I scrolled faster. Surely, I had missed myself in one of the group shots?
No.
I counted. 34 guests. Extended cousins. My mom's old college roommate. Even great Aunt Judith with the walker.
But not me.
Not the only cousin. And the sting burned twice as bad because just the month before, I'd mailed Fiona a handwritten congratulations card, pressed flowers from my own balcony garden. I'd even offered my skills as a designer to create her wedding invitations for free. I was so eager to be part of it. And yet here I was, blindsided by proof that I wasn't invited at all. My condo, usually warm from Portland sunlight, suddenly felt cold. And with gut-deep clarity, one truth landed. I hadn't been forgotten. I'd been erased. Cue family flashback. Thanksgiving dinner, 6 months earlier. Aunt Marlene, Fiona's mother, beaming across the table about her daughter's recent bank promotion. Vice president at 29. Always knew Fiona would make something of herself. Then her eyes slid to me. Ocean, still doing that little hobby of yours? The logos and whatnot. That little hobby, mind you, is my graphic design business. The same one that paid for my $150,000 condo down payment. The same hobby that signed contracts with 3 national brands. But to my family, Fiona was glittering gold and I was static background noise. That memory hardened something inside me. I called my mom, straightforward. There was a shower yesterday. Everyone was there. Why wasn't I invited?
Her pause was heavy.
Then a sigh. Well, Marlene thinks you always make everything about yourself. Fiona deserves her special day. That was it. Their version of me. Drama. A nuisance. An embarrassment. My stomach twisted as my mom's words painted over our history with one cruel brushstroke. But then came the moment that shifted everything. Because I called Aunt Marlene directly. And her voice, cold enough to frost glass. You shouldn't be there, Ocean. Fiona deserves a day that's hers. We've already discussed this. That wasn't an accident. That was conspiracy. Premeditated exclusion. My chest went tight and then startlingly calm. Because if they decided to erase me, then I owed them nothing. Not silence, not complicity, nothing. The mask really slipped days later when my phone chimed. A group text from Marlene's party planning thread. Remember to pick up Fiona's flowers Saturday. Good thing we didn't invite Ocean, less drama.
Sent to the wrong contact list.
And just like that, my paranoia had receipts.
Screenshot saved.
Ice in my veins. I confronted my mother in person with evidence. Her face didn't flash guilt, just resignation. We all agreed it would be easier this way. Fiona deserves a wedding without complications. Complications. Translation, me existing. That's when I fully understood. This wasn't just about one event. My family had been slowly erasing me from their narrative for years. Whisper campaigns, twisting stories, so I'd always look like the jealous cousin while Fiona basked in golden praise. And then, Marlene upped the ante. Suddenly relatives were messaging me on Instagram. Why are you causing drama? Why are you not supporting Fiona? And when I tried explaining, they'd already been fed another version. That I'd refused the invite out of bitterness. The gaslighting was masterful.
And deadly.
Within weeks, 2 of my professional contracts fell apart. Clients citing I was too difficult. Coincidentally, both had ties to my uncle and Marlene's church circuit. I lost nearly $30,000 in projected income. What do you do when your own family sabotages you professionally, poisons your reputation, and convinces your grandmother you're jealous when in truth, you just wanted a seat at the table? At first, I collapsed. Thai takeout containers piled up. Deadlines missed. I couldn't breathe without checking my phone for the next ambush text, the next slip of the night disguised as concern. But then came Isla, my best friend. She showed up at my door, wine and takeout in hand, refusing to let me drown. Textbook Gaslighting, she said, eyes sharp. Your family has made you the scapegoat. But Ocean, you can't fight shadows. Write your own narrative instead.
Right.
My own narrative. Those words became seeds. Seeds that sprouted the idea that would flip everything. So I did. With Mateo, the bookstore owner I met during a photo shoot trip to Santa Barbara, I began planning a celebration of my own. Not a competition. Not even a wedding. Something better. An intimate seaside gathering of 18, crafted with the same precision I gave my professional clients. Botanical prints, hand-lettered menus, playlists designed like couture. A showcase of my skills and my freedom. I picked May 15th. Perfect lighting. Enough breathing room before Fiona's June wedding. But then Marlene called, voice positively dripping venom. Oh, didn't you know? The date was moved weeks ago. Fiona's wedding is now May 15th too. Family will take sides.
She wanted me to panic,
To delete my joy. To rearrange my life again around Fiona's spotlight. But instead,
calm, steady.
ice water clarity.
No, I said.
We're keeping our date. Anyone who wants to come will. And here's the revenge. Because word leaked, friends posted photos, guests RSVP'd, and slowly cousins began asking questions. Why were there two different versions of the story about my refused invitation? Why wasn't I ever consulted? Cracks formed in Marlene's golden narrative. By the time my event rolled around, Fiona's big hotel wedding was already overshadowed online. Our ceremony was intimate, genuine, creative. A lifestyle blog picked it up, then another. Then it went viral. 80,000 likes. Features in wedding magazines praising my work. My design business tripled with high-paying clients clawing for my authenticity. Marlene's scheme to erase me had accidentally broadcast my talent to the world. The cherry on top? A letter came weeks later from Marlene herself, demanding I decline the magazine feature in order to protect Fiona's privacy. I laughed. 7 weeks ago, I'd have crumbled, begging for scraps of acceptance.
But now?
I tucked her letter into a drawer, mailed her back a printed copy of the feature with one note attached, and that was it. I felt no need for revenge anymore, because the ultimate justice isn't making your enemies feel small, it's realizing they no longer have the power to define your worth at all. So, what's the lesson? Sometimes revenge isn't fireworks, or confrontation, or humiliation. Sometimes the most devastating revenge is thriving so brightly. Those who tried to erase you can only watch as you write a better story than they ever dreamed for you. If this story lit that little spark of vindication in your chest, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or lived through? And remember, when people try to erase you, don't beg for their pen. Pick up your own and rewrite the ending.